Hello, goblins. It's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes. We've got a few this week. I don't really know how it happened, but I guess I've just been pipe focused this week. There's really been nothing else going on, so it's just been head down and pipes. So I've got I've got four to show you. One was a commission. The other three are available. It's like an unheard of kind of week. 3 pipes available. As of this moment, I've posted only 2 of them on Instagram. I'll post the other 2 tomorrow. So the heads up really is here. Just come back from seeing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with the boy. We enjoyed it immensely. Really cool. But as far as I was concerned, we were like narratively somewhere in the middle of the movie. I'd completely lost track of time. And it suddenly says, to be continued. And we were like, what? It literally did leave on a kind of cliffhanger. I was not expecting that at all. It didn't say like it was part 1 of a 2-part thing or anything like that. It could have hinted, given us some kind of heads up. But hey ho. Smoking. Some of your mains RDF. I'm drinking some G&T, some Roku gin. All right. Let's do pipes. Right. This first one is the commission. And it's a Viking horn. It is a dark chocolate and yellow contrast blast, which came out really nicely. Just like the yellow that I use is kind of like when it comes out on the briar, it's nearly golden. It's very attractive, and it's paired with Japanese yellow-green Cumberland, by which I don't mean yellow and green. I mean the green is a yellow-green. So it's an ebonite, it's a vulcanized rubber. I hardly ever use it. Nice relief on the blast. You get the ring grain curving up the horn, which is really nice, and then the blast revealing the straight grain, the contrast revealing the straight grain, which is pretty cool. These are pretty long fellows. I don't know if I've ever mentioned, these are about 7 inches long. slender though, in sort of, you know, in width. They're not like big, huge beasts. And it's just the curve on these horns it's a real pleasure to do. That's one of the fun things about making them. Making a horn is just a really nice pipe to make. And it is kind of nice working with ebonite again. Just for the change. As a material, obviously I prefer my resin, but it kind of works differently. The files bite differently on it. It's just a kind of a different, has a different feel. It's nice. It's really warmed up this week, and I think it's going to warm up even more. We're hearing it's going to warm up even more at the weekend. There's talk of it going into the 30s, that's Celsius. So that could be interesting. So the first pipe that's available is a strawberry. Like the horn, it is in a dark chocolate and yellow contrast. It's really nice to see the ring grain going across really nicely, and then the straight grain fanning over the bowl. The strawberry was the original hot take. When I started doing my version of the strawberry, it was inspired by Chris Astru's strawberry. He was making strawberries quite a lot a couple of years back. It was probably about 3 or 4 years back. I was maybe even longer. Maybe even like 5 or 6. My memory of timelines can be pretty bad. But anyway, he kept putting out these beautiful strawberries, quite different to mine, but really inspired me. I've got to do my version of that shape because it's really something. And it took off. Again, just like a nice detail blast. A little plateau on the rim, and paired with earthen ivory stem. It's a half saddle. The strawberries just really work with that half saddle, giving you the line, that full sweep underneath. And then the top just bringing some definition to the top line. So yeah, it's a lovely piece. That one was one of the ones that I posted today. Who's up next? it's a tulip, or rather my somewhat quirky take on a cutty. I think the very first time I attempted to do a cutty, I did something more or less like this. It's just the thing that whenever I go to do it, it's what occurs to me to do. So obviously quite a serious forward cant on the bowl. I do like another lip and then a scoop on the rim. The whole thing kind of gives it a forward keening. It's quite a fast shape in that sense. It's going somewhere. It's going somewhere fast. It's like a nice medium blast. Like plenty of ring grain detail. And then paired with an ultraviolet wave stem, which is more or less why I did a black sandblast. It could have been almost anything, this one, but by the time you introduce purple into the mix, although I've tried a number of things, black it still calls as being kind of like the number one choice. There you go. Tulip. I'm actually going to put them down. All right. Last one. I did do a version of this recently, but it's still one of the shapes that is one of the lesser common. That seems a clunky way of saying it. It's not a very common shape that I do, but every now and then I do one. And there's an interesting treatment on this one. So, it's a rusticated bent, probably about quarter bent. The thing that I really wanted to go for on this guy was obviously the rustication, but I kind of wanted it to make it glow. And so I've been playing with bringing out different colours. So it's not just a solid dark brown, but has flecks of colour in it. The camera isn't quite picking up. So there's more going on here than the camera's picking up, which is unusual actually, because the camera usually highlights brighter colours. But there it is. Maybe it is subtle. It's not so subtle in daylight. It has a nearly jewelled quality to it, but hey ho. quite craggy, which is how we like them. And paired with earth and ivory stem. Really nice piece. Lots of like linear definition. So that's pretty cool. So there you go. Part bent in a kind of volcanic finish. If you're interested, so there's the part bent, there's the tulip, and there's the strawberry. If you're interested in any of those, you can email me at devilsreef@gmail.com. Have a little chat. All good. And that's it for this week. I will be back next week. I'm pretty darn sure. Until then, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.